Here it is. We're in the 1% though. That goes from north to south in a single day. That's epic. Check this out, guys. Look at this sick view. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to video number 4 in the 81 Fizzy series that we've been working on. I'm currently on location in Morgantown, West Virginia, and we're here for Geo Woodstock, of course. So we're gonna get this video started with a 2 difficulty, 1 terrain, where I go, that I just solved. Let's go make the find. Here we go. Boom! 2 difficulty, 1 terrain in the box. I want to go ahead and put this out there that not every single cache can be an exciting long hike. We're hitting these up because they're easy to solve and I'm on site and I want to record these, so this will help me keep the series rolling. We are picking off the low-hanging fruit by grabbing these while we're here and we're filming them. So let's go ahead and grab the next cache. I'm right here. It's a 4 difficulty, 1.5 terrain. The hint says tree, and I'm like 60 feet away, so I'm hoping that it's this tree right here. Ah, there's my 4 1.5. How you doing, friend? All right. All right, the next cache in the video is a 3 difficulty, 1.5 terrain, and it's currently raining right here in Morgantown, West Virginia. So you're gonna see me run out, grab this, sign it, and put it back from the car. Here we go. And just like that, we've scored another cache in video number 4. Let's keep going. All right, we're making quick work of these where-goes. We're in the car. It's kind of raining, but not raining. This is a 4.5 difficulty, 1.5 terrain, light post. We're gonna grab the light post and we're gonna make the find. Here we go. All right, we're at our next stop in this part 4 of this park and grab extravaganza that we're doing. This is a 1.5 difficulty, 1 terrain. It's a light post. It's not raining anymore, so we're gonna go out and make the find. Let's do it. It's magic, magic. It's magic, magic. It's magic, magic. All right, we're on the move right now. We're gonna take Brutus the bike, which is right here behind me, and we're gonna bike down this bike trail about a half a mile to get a 4 difficulty, 2.5 terrain, 2005, I think it's an ammo can, cache for the 81 Fizzy series. This is gonna be a bumpy ride with the GoPro, so just hang in there. So we're riding the bike with our hands free, and we're headed right down this bike trail to try and find this cache, as we were talking about at the introduction. The bike trail actually so far is very smooth, and we are cruising right along. We're already 0.29 miles away, so I'm assuming this is not going to take very long to get where we're going. And this is the only way I can film it. I don't have the head strap with me, so you're just going to get a bird's eye view of the bike trail. This is a puzzle that you have to solve on site to then take you to where we're about to go. All right, I'll see you guys at ground zero while we look for the ammo can. Here we go. Okay, and just like that, with Brutus the bike, we're on our way to try and find the 4 difficulty, 2.5 terrain. All right, we've got the creek side here, and then out here is the body of water, and there's a massive stump right over here. I don't know how good the cords are, but this has got to be the can. Yes! Oh, man. Let's flip it around. Signature pose with an ammo can. All right, the 4 difficulty, 2.5 terrain box has been checked for the Fizzy. Let's see what's inside of this ammo can. We got the logbook and a very small bag of swag. Look, I know the first couple caches were pretty boring in this video, but we're spicing them up right now. It's not how you start the video, it's how you end it. And this is a good way to go to the next one. Let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on site for the next cache in the 81 Fizzy series here in West Virginia. This is a 4 difficulty, 2 terrain, 2006 puzzle cache that I have solved. And we're gonna take the bike trail, hop on Brutus, and we're gonna cover some serious ground because it's about 0.85 miles to get there one way. All right, we're off on Brutus. Here we go. I'm pretty sore right now just because I did some biking this morning for a bunch of challenge caches here in Morgantown. But we're on Brutus right now, so we're gonna cruise down. Hopefully we can find the regular size cache. I think it might be an ammo can, to be honest. I've been on this bike trail once before, but we're on this trail for a different reason today. Thanks for going along on the ride with me today. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, you probably should be. We're trying to shoot for 380 subscribers. All right, let's make our way to ground zero. 0.44 to go. I am not in biking shape, so imagine being out of shape on your bike and how tiring this is. So earlier I mentioned that I did some biking this morning. I did about 7 miles of biking. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you give it a thumbs up. We got to get this one to complete the Fizzy. We're actually making pretty good progress for video 4, which is what we're in right now. 465 feet to go. We're closing in on ground zero. I'm going to be exiting the bike here in just a second, and then we'll be on foot. We'll be on foot for the rest of the hike. All right, 270 feet. I gotta get ready to stop the bike. Well, I had to stop for rule number 1 on the channel. You don't ever pass up an opportunity at a scenic view. Here it is here. There's a little bit of a waterfall right there. Let's go find the cache. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I'm gonna go check that rock outcropping slash cave area right up there. Let's go up the hill and see if the cache is in there. That's where I would put it. Do we have a cache up here? We do. We do have a cache up here. We just have to move this rock right here. Ooh, it's really buggy. Let's move this rock. It's not an ammo can, but it is a nice size lock and lock box. All right, what a grab. Let's see what's inside our 4 difficulty 2 terrain. We've got a bag of swag, a logbook, whatever this is. Of course, business cards. What doesn't belong in geocaches? Business cards. It's been a few years since I've said that. All right, we're on to our next location right now. Okay, here we are at our next location for the 81 Fizzy series. We are no longer in Morgantown, West Virginia. Instead, we're in some sketchy park here in Cleveland. And it looks like they're doing some kind of construction or maintenance to the park. I don't really know, but after a 4.5 difficulty, 4.5 terrain, from the pictures, it looks like it's a camouflage lock and lock box. This was like one of the closest 4.5s to where I live. It only took me about 30 minutes to get here. The name of the cache is called Creek to River. It does have a find as of like October 2024. Let's take a look at what we're up against. Looks like it's mosquitoes. Oh my God, the mosquitoes are terrible back here. All right, we're 180 feet away and we're still trying to dodge these mosquitoes. Looks like we're going down this pretty steep hill as we try and find this lock and lock box. These last 2 caches in this video are gonna be good terrain ratings and better than the park and grabs you guys were watching in West Virginia there. All right, we're on our way down the hill. Let's make this happen. Looks like it's 87 feet away, straight down this hill. You probably can't even tell that it's a hill, but I can tell because I'm hiking down it. Well, this little trail here, which doesn't really look like a trail, is about 5 feet from the container, according to the GPS. There's a down log over there, which you can kind of see comes out over here. So maybe we'll go walk along the edge of that log to see if it's over there, because I have not found it yet. Well, we certainly are struggling finding this, which I guess is good because it's a 4.5. I can see the terrain being a 4.5. I mean, this is steep. It's not, you know, the worst thing I've ever hiked up or down. The hint says, look under a rock. Well, I was just at ground zero. I'm like uphill from ground zero. I was just down there and I didn't see a rock to look under. Ugh. All right, let's keep looking. Ladies and gentlemen, other than the mosquitoes and looking for a long time, we got this 4.5. These rocks that they're talking about are like giant boulders, not like little tiny rocks. I saw this thing sticking out from underneath the leaves in here, and I was like, is this it? Is this it? And then I was digging and shaboogie! Yes! Yes! Sorry, I'm very excited that I found this. Oh man, what a grab. Hasn't been found since 2024. It's not lonely, but yes. All right, what we've got is water in the container, and that's really about it. Doesn't look like much is signable, so we're gonna sign the camo and move on. Oh my gosh, after battling those mosquitoes, the mud, and the hill, and the 4.5 difficulty with the 4.5 terrain, I'm ready to get out of this location and go to our next location right now. Let's go. The quest for the 81 Fizzy never stops. We are in Elmwood Park in Rocky River, Ohio. Anyways, we are looking for a 4 difficulty, 4 terrain, micro cache somewhere in the woods. And the cache owner actually came out and did maintenance on it pretty recently. So I'm hoping we can make the grab for the 81 Fizzy. Well, I had no idea that there was a trail system. Look, it says you are here. We're at the back. We're right here. Cool, I didn't know there was trails out here. That's a bonus. Let's move on. Okay, I think we're finally on the right trail. Man. You know, I'm not the most patient hiker in the world. Oftentimes I just want to, you know, beeline it straight across, because I was within 240 feet, but there was a swamp in my way. And with the mosquitoes being as bad as they are, I opted to take the trail. We're on the green trail. We were on the orange trail. Now we're on the green trail, and we're headed down the trail in the right direction on our way to the cache that we're trying to find. I don't know how I feel about micros in the woods that are higher rated. Don't forget to subscribe. We're at 370. We're shooting for 380. We can do it. All right, we're closing in. Let's go see if we can make the find. The hint says, in the valley, take a twist to find. No idea. But the valley is right here in front of me. Take a twist to find. I don't know if that means like there's a twisty tree. I don't know if you have to like twist the bottle. Okay, just giving a quick update. We're back on top of the valley here. I went down into the valley, looked around, didn't find it. So I'm just trying to get a basic idea, but the log, one of the logs said it was 30 feet south of the posted coordinates. We're gonna keep looking and see if we can find the needle in the haystack, because that's exactly what this is. Right, we're down in the valley, and I've received a hint. The hint that I was given said it's a cut 15-inch stick that is at the base of an 8-inch tree about 25 feet south of the boards. That is definitely a needle in a haystack. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this or not. So the container's probably still the same, but the location might be a little bit different. I'll give it a little bit more time to see if I can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still here. We are down by the bog, and I deserve no credit for this at all. I've been talking back and forth with a lot of different people, and the last finder basically letterboxed me to the geocache, and we found it. Do I feel good about it? No, but I'm still gonna call it a find because it counts for the 81 Fizzy, and I still found it, even though I needed basically a shove off of a cliff. So you need to find this tree here, and it's this log, this cut log right here on the ground, and his cords are absolutely abysmal. All you gotta do is spin this, and there it is. We were here for over an hour talking to 3 different people, and I just decided to talk to the most recent finder. and they were able to help me find it. Turns out the cords are off by about 100 feet. I've seen hides like that before. However, when your cords are that bad, and they're off by 100 feet, like I said, it's a needle in a haystack. We got it, we found it, so we're gonna roll the outro. Here we go. All right, at the end of video number 4, we have found the following caches. We found a 4.5, 1.5, a 4.5, 4.5, a 4, 1.5, a 4, 2, a 4, 2.5, a 4, 4, a 3, 1.5, a 2, 1, and a 1.5, 1. If you are not a Geocaching with Triple P subscriber, you probably should be. I hope you'll consider subscribing so you can help me reach my sub goal of 380 subs. I'll see you guys out on the trail. Have a good one.